Welcome to Ambitious Lives Youth Podcast. So I'm going to be taking you through a series of questions, and we want to talk about the experiences of young people. So we've got a young person here. I'm going to let him introduce himself. A young person who I've known for a long time in school, and now as a young man, he's doing great things, but his struggle and his obstacles was hard to overcome, but he's done it. And the point of this is to kind of think about the young people and their struggles and what's happening behind the scenes to where they are now. So introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Kevon. I'm 18 years old, and my passion is acting and modeling, and I'm just really glad to be here.
So, Kevon, the question is, you're doing acting and modeling, but it wasn't always acting and modeling at the forefront of your mind, was it?
Nah, it wasn't. At first, I didn't really know what I wanted to be. It was like a back and forth thing. Sometimes I wanted to be a gamer. Sometimes I wanted to be like a rapper, a singer, this, that. But then in more of closed in, I was watching more TV shows and stuff like that. And then looking at magazines and stuff. I'm like, I'm trying to be like that. So I was like, you know what, I might as well just do some acting. You know, I applied to my college that I'm currently at. I currently study at Boa Sage and Screen. And then, that path has just led me to my passion now. And it's on a really professional level now.
So, let me ask you something. I know you from school. And in school, you was a character because you was hyperactive. But did you go to a mainstream school?
I have been to mainstream, but I got kicked out. I was only in mainstream, the secondary part was for a year.
Yeah.
And that was it. When I got kicked out, I was then put in Bloomfield. Yeah, Bloomfield. Yeah. That's where I met you.
Yeah.
So, And then after that, I then went to Samuel Valley School, which is just down the road.
Okay. So that was your journey. You was in Bloomfield. Now, Bloomfield was a school where, have challenging behaviors. Do you think you had the challenging behaviors?
Yes, I think, to be fair, I was kind of the crazy ones. Whenever I got angry at something, I would go crazy. But now times, when it was people like you and Arnold and all them people, it really you guys really helped me control my anger and control myself and help me to become a better person, more mature and stuff.
Do you know what it was? Because we could see where you could get to. Do you get what I mean? We could see that. Obviously, as I always say, the young people in the schools, there's a lot going on outside of school. So without saying any names, but they'd be one of the boys that used to come into school angry every morning. Yeah. He get me, I want to punch up someone, this, that, and the other. But maybe that was because he had a madness at home in the morning or a madness. And what used to happen was you guys used to come in to school because you had arguments online on the computer. Yeah. So you'd come in and I remember Kevon would be like, yeah, sir, I'm going to punch up my man. And I was like, what for? It's early in the morning. You've just come in. He's like, because he was getting loud on the PlayStation. And at that point, all you came in to do was beat someone up. But in my head, you didn't see. In my head, I was like, you're going to get yourself suspended. You're going to get yourself kicked out. And then you're just going to be known as that kid that's just angry all the time. Yeah. So now you can see what we were saying. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, I definitely see it now at times.
Say that again, go on.
I definitely see it now at times because now at times I'm not even like that. But I'm then seeing these younger kids going through the same thing. I'm like, bro, what is you doing? But then I'm just remembering, I was like that. So they must be going through a similar thing that I was going through.
Yeah, and I think obviously it's the ADHD element to it. So are you diagnosed with ADHD or?
I think so. I think it was either ADHD or ASD. I'm not entirely sure, but it was one of those two.
So did you even understand what that was when you like just say the school said or whoever said that you got ASD or ADHD?
Not really, I only started to understand it a little bit during like, my age of like 17, 18. But thinking about it back, like when I learned it, I could then understand because like sometimes I'd get angry at like the smallest thing and the stuff that made no sense. I would just go wild. So like yeah, when I like finally matured and stuff, I then realized the ADHD was like that.
Okay. So would you say actually, do you remember you used to run up the walls when you used to like so in Bloomfield, obviously when you like were acting like you're gonna be violent, there was like a restraint system, to put in restraints.
Yes.
And you used to get out of the restraints or have a way how to get out of the restraints and kick your feet against the wall. So obviously that's not always the best way to deal with situations. That was only in situations where you like were gonna be literally violent, like we were allowed to, like restrain you in a safe way. And I remember one time, let's keep it real, we went for the restraint because you used to throw chairs and loads of stuff. So, we went for the restraint, but I must have moved too slow. So Kevon, he came with the hook, and I remember you caught me right here.
Oh,
do you remember?
Oh my
Do you remember that?
Oh, I actually do. Wait, was that in? Oh, where was that?
That was in the I think it was in the hall. The
Upstairs.
no downstairs. You don't remember?
Is that where like the door was
basketball.
outside?
No, the
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember now. Oh my,
Yeah.
yo, my fault.
Nah, it's cool. It's nothing. You know what it was? It's just like, obviously I was a quick mover and I was quick, but I knew I moved too slow to grab your arm and you just went, whoom.
Yeah.
Nah, I always remember that. It's just one thing I always remember that. But it's a case of, the reason I'm bringing that up is because look where you are now.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Like, you're not in a place where someone said something, you just go absolutely nuts.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that now time. Now time I'm just like, I'd more time just like ignore them, just like, what I'm just saying, just like ignore and walk away, stuff like that. But back then, it was a bit crazy. I'm not gonna, I would just go mental. Like they could just like call me the lightest thing, and then I would just go off.
Do you remember when you broke the glass at the reception door?
Yes, I do remember breaking that glass. I don't remember what I was angry about, but I remember hitting it with my foot, and I just let all my anger on that glass, and it just shattered.
And do you remember throwing a chair? It was upstairs in the classroom, throwing a chair, and you didn't aim for it, but it accidentally somehow hit the window.
Yes, I do. No, wait, I think I was actually aiming for the window, but I didn't mean to break the glass. That's just all it was. Yeah, I was actually aiming for the window, but I didn't mean to break the glass.
And it's like the level, what I appreciate and what I respect is the level of anger that we used to see as teachers, teaching assistants. You have to be a professional to not take it personal. Same way because I brought that up to say, I've never had anything bad to say about you because I knew that you wasn't just deciding to act like that. Do you get what I mean? There's a lot of things building up. So with the youth of today, obviously you're in an environment where you've grown up. Unfortunately, a lot of the youth, they're going through what you're going through, well, what you went through, but they're not understood. They don't have guys like me in the school. So they end up getting kicked out, and then when they get kicked out, they go towards the streets. Do you get what I mean? And I think what's good to show people is that you was in the place where a lot of these kids have been, and now you've decided, you know what, I'm going to change my life for the better. So explain to me how you got in the college where you are, and how does it feel feeling a part of the social environment?
Well, me getting into my college was like, in my old school, there was a lot of like people that just wanted to like, they just willfully wanted to go to the streets. Like they didn't want to like have like a passion or, you know, a career or something. They just wanted to be in the streets. But then I thought to myself, they ain't how my mama raised me, so I was like, I'm gonna just do something with myself. So I then, towards the end, after like GCSEs, I think, a lady came up to, I don't remember her name, but like she was like a careers person, and I told her I wanted to do acting. So she like recommended me to both stage and screen. And then, you know, I applied, I got in, and then first impressions of me walking in there, I thought I did not belong there because everyone was so nice, so calm, and so talkative, and like everyone, like no one like has a bad past. Everyone has a good past, good personality, and like they're all good people. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So it was like, it was way different from like what I'm usually used to. So like I didn't really fit in, but then I did then realize it's okay not to act bad. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, there's no point in doing that. Just be true to yourself. Like, if you're a good person, be a good person. There's nothing wrong being a good person. You don't always have to be a bad person. So yeah, I just started to be a good, like, better person. I haven't like been angry at all since I've been there. Like, it's a very good environment. So yeah.
So you're in a good environment, and you can see your dreams, or should say your visions of what you want to be, a lot clearer. Would you say that there was a time in your life where you thought, do you know what, I can't do it, and I just want to, you know, probably not go to the street, but just not communicate with people and just do your own thing, not listen? You know, when it got too much, like getting kicked out of school, all these things, because the pressure is a pressure when like you'll get in trouble in school and we have to phone your parents. You used to be like angry, like don't phone them. And I remember with the teachers used to say, when Kevon gets in trouble, don't say you're gonna phone his mum or his dad, because that would trigger, like he used to go nuts. So in a sense, you was worried about the repercussions. Do you get what I mean? And it would like, I always say to the young people, what's the point in having a nightmare at school and a nightmare at home? You need to find peace somewhere. And you wanted to keep that peace at home. Do you get what I mean? So fast forward into today, where do you see yourself in, just say, the next 5 years?
Oh, next 5 years, mansion in LA, like bro, mansion in LA, my own open gym. You know, I'm on the billboards, I'm in the cinemas, I'm on the magazines, I'm on Vogue, I'm on everything. Like, yo, I'm just out there, billionaire. You know.
And that's good, and that's the dreams that you have to have. So, what would you say to a young person who is in a behavior school, struggling with the ADHD, ASD, autism, behaviors, have a sense of, you know, violence in school? What would you say to a person if they were watching this? What advice would you give them?
I would say it's okay to get help. You know, if you want to talk, then talk. You don't need to distance yourself. It's always best to get help and just have someone there for you. It's all okay. And like, if there's ever a time where you want to let out your anger, it's best to, like, me personally, whenever I get angry or like heated, I exercise, I do push-ups, I do pull-ups and all of that. That releases all my anger, and after that, I'm pretty much good. So I'd say just doing something active, so like running, you know, push-ups, all that stuff, or like if there's a punching bag somewhere, hit that, let out all your anger on that punching bag, because trust me, it will help a lot more than you think.
So yeah, that's perfect advice. And do you know, sometimes I think it's better when young people, your generation, age group, hear it from you. Do you get what I mean? Like, because parents and older people will say the same thing, but you're just not hearing it. But when you hear it from someone, your own generation, who thinks like you take it in more. So that's why I think it's powerful for you to come on the show, youth podcast, represent. And I appreciate you speaking about, you know, and even acknowledging the ADHD. Because as young black boys, if you say to some of your young black friends, you got ADHD, they'll be like, what? I ain't got none of that.
They're
See,
going mental for that.
do you get what I mean? And it's about championing it, because that's what I did it. So me creating ambitious lives, you know, being one man doing a lot of stuff, it's because I champion ADHD and I've got the extra energy. So you see everything you're doing, it's your superpower. Do you get what I mean? So all of that, you know, your bad behaviors, your hyperactive, it's paid off. Because now, you know, I think the latest thing I seen was you doing a kung fu short movie kind of thing where you was doing the double acting, and it was absolutely sick. I'm gonna play that after this, but it was absolutely sick. So yeah, but I just wanted to say thank you. I appreciate you, proud of you, and there's work to be done where you can jump on board, do some projects, which we've got something in the pipeline, the acting and creating your own film with some others. So we've got that in the pipeline. And also the fashion show as well. You got into the fashion, speak about that actually.
Yeah, the fashion show is kind of crazy, so I'm not gonna lie. I love like these fashion shows, elements of couture, yeah. Those are like the first ever fashion shows I've been on, so yeah, thanks for having me on that one. I really enjoyed it. And the clothes are really nice as well, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, you like
really nice. Yeah.
And then, but in genuinely photography, you got loads of pictures I've seen pop up and that.
Yeah.
You like to pose.
I like collaborating with photographers as well, cause like obviously it expands my portfolio and it expands theirs, so it goes both ways.
Okay, so yeah, that's amazing. I mean, the journey's been crazy. So where can everyone find some of your stuff on the socials?
So you can follow my Instagram at Lil Kevz, and then you can go on my YouTube channel, which is the same thing, Lil Kevz. On my YouTube channel, I'll post like either vlogs, workout videos, or just like any type of production. So like a fight scene or like a skit or just like a short film or something like that. On my Instagram, you'll find like my modeling pictures, headshots, and then like other short little gym exercises for like tips and stuff like that.
Okay, got a lot going on. Before we go, obviously I'm a campaigner of anti-knife crime, which, you know, also I'm passionate about, because the young people your age are taking each other's lives, and it's just way too crazy. It doesn't make no sense. You know, before you do your exams, there's young people losing their lives. Like, that is absolutely crazy to me. So I always advise young people, it's like a domino effect. Once you stop carrying your knife out of fear, the others will start to not carry their knives because no one else is carrying. So at the moment, everyone's carrying because everyone's carrying. So it's kind of a domino effect, and I'm trying to reverse that. Within the knife crime and young people carrying knives, what's your view, your take, and what advice would you give someone who's carrying a knife?
Honestly, I'd say all that is completely unnecessary. If someone's like coming up on you, it's honestly okay to just run away, bro. Like, don't feel any type of way just because you run away. Like, this is your life on the line if someone comes up on you. So if you run away, you live to see another day. If you stay, like, you know, if you have that knife on you and you're fighting, you could both end up dead, or like you could just end up killing somebody, which is not good. That is like not a good thing. That would like change you forever. So yeah, I think the best thing is just run away, honestly.
And I think that is true. It's like, it's a case of looking at the situation, if, you know, like analyzing what the situation could be, reading the room. Yeah. Do you get what I mean? So in the sense of showing that, you know, you're not just going to bow down to anyone that approaches you, but at the same time, read the room and think, okay, what is your agenda? Why are you coming to me? Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Are you, like, if your hands, people's, you know, hands in their pockets or gloves on, you're looking, you have to assess everything. Do you get what I mean? And because it's funny, because there is some situations where there be young boys, you know, balaclavas, but, you know, you can buy them in JD, and it's like that image, a group of boys walking over to someone, and then everyone runs. It's like that person could be just asking for a piece of fag. Do you get what I mean? It's funny, but I'm telling you, like, that could also happen. So it's about reading the situation and thinking, okay, but ultimately, you're saying that because look what's happened. All these things have happened now. Alternatively to carrying a knife, young people are like, I'm not even waiting. I'm off. Do you get what I mean? They're not even going to wait to see if he wants a fag. They're just not going to chance it. And it's sad to see that you lot in your generation are just thinking like that. Like, I don't want to chance it. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, you carry on doing what you're doing and keep in the good circles, stay in the circles that you're in. You know, bad company is bad outcomes. Do you get what I mean? So, but yeah, thanks for coming on here and talking. Again, I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate you too, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me on the show.
Yeah, go on.
Thank you for having me on the show. Really enjoyed my time. And yeah, you lot, behave yourselves.
You heard that? There you go. And that's it for the youth podcast. I'll catch up with you on a later day and you can update us on what you're doing.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, respect.